ああ、いずれにせよ前のはもう古いからな。今度のスーツはマーク6だぞ。そんなもんから届いたばかりだ。じゃあテストを始めよう。まずは慣れてもらわんとな。オーケー、最初は照準からだ。上のライトを見てくれ。よし、下のライトを見てくれ。よし、もう一度上のライトを見るんだ。以上だ。次は下のライト。オーケー。よし、チェック完了。スタンバイ。抑制剤オフにするぞ。ちょっと動き回ってみてくれ。 OK ならシールドステーションに来てくれ。1回しかやらないからしっかり集中してくれよ。このステーションではシールドのリチャージングをテストする。今度のスーツはシールドのリカバリがすごいんだ。効率いいぞ。よし、ほらな、リチャージ速度がぐんと上がっただろ。シールドがダウンしたらどっかに身を隠してメーターがフルになるまで待つんだぞ。
その時は俺の後ろに隠れるんだな。で、奴はどんな調子だ？おむつは取れたのか？
バトルスーツは問題ない。もう行っていいぞ。焦らずにやりな。
心配するだって。なんなら俺が手を繋いでてやるさ。
What's up, Paul? What's up, Joe?
さてジョンソン、どうやって地獄から生還できたかそろそろ聞かせてくれよ。
悪いな、機密事項だ。
ああ、それじゃ A2 のスコープ調整の件はなしだ。
Alright, let's make it to
これはまた
the
随
end
分
game
だな。
again.
も
We
しか
got a
して
good run
セ
at
レモニー
Uprising
に招待
yesterday. I
されな
kind
か
of
ったの
choked.
か。
Stuff went haywire. I was actually adapting really well for a really long time, and then I finally died, but
久しぶりだな。
we'll get one back.
俺が新兵だった頃は機動防衛
Stuff was going off the rails for a
非常
little
の
bit
幸
there,
運だったのに。
but we got back on,
いつの間
and
にや
then
らこの回路
we
みたいな
finally
ステーション
died
が
at
ざっ
Uprising.
と300以上だ。
Uprising's a good
あの
run
マッ
though.
クガンならコブダンとの視力感だってイチコロだ。
Gravemind was stressful. I don't know if you guys witnessed yesterday's Gravemind, but
怖いもんなしだ。
we had an 18-minute Gravemind, and it was stressful just about the entire second half.
今朝はやけに
Actually, the first half was too. I almost died in a few ways. I died, almost blew up in the first room. Yeah. All of Gravemind was kind of wacky.
緊急警告、敵が侵入した。
But today we go again.
総員、戦闘配置に来て。
おい、最高だぜ。
これは訓練ではない。繰り返す。これは訓練ではない。
Come on. What's up, Benny?
よし、これで大丈夫だ。
圧力ドアを閉鎖。
こ
That not track? Yeah, it did track. Oh, what's I'm looking at?
コルタナ、どうなってる？
爆発はアテネ内部で起きています。マルタもそう。コブナントが何かを持ち込んだようです。爆弾を。
ではここも危ないぞ。チーフ、探し出してくれ。
かかってきやがれ。じゃあガンか、それともペンライトか。
Hey, chill out with all. No, I didn't see him open the door. I checked the door. It was closed. When did he open it? What's up, Jared?
ああ、いずれにせよ前のはもう古いからな。今度のスーツはマーク6だぞ。そんなのから届いたばかりだ。じゃあテストを始めよう。まずは慣れてもらわんとな。オーケー、最初は照準からだ。上のライトを見てくれ。よし、下のライトを見てくれ。よし、もう一度上のライトを見るんだ。以上だ。次は下のライト。オーケー。よし、チェック完了。スタンバイ。抑制剤オフにするぞ。ちょっと動き回ってみてくれ。 OK ならシールドステーションに来てくれ。1回しかやらないからしっかり集中してくれよ。このステーションではシールドのリチャージングをテストする。今度のスーツはシールドのリカバリがすごいんだ。効率いいぞ。よし、ほらな、リチャージ速度がぐんと上がっただろ。シールドがダウンしたらどっかに身を隠してメーターがフルになるまで待つんだぞ。
その時は俺の後ろに隠れるんだな。で、奴はどんな調子だ？おむつは取れたのか？
バトルスーツは問題ない。もう行っていいぞ。焦らずにやりな。
心配するだって。なんなら俺が手を繋いでてやるさ。
さーてジョンソン、どうやって地獄から生還できたかそろそろ聞かせてくれよ。
悪いな、機密事項だ。
ああ、それじゃ A2 のスコープ調整の件はなしだ。おニューの M7 だって。
これはまた随分だな。もしかしてセレモニーに招待されなかったのか？地球か。久しぶりだな。俺が新兵だった頃は機動防衛グリッドなんざ机上の空論だったのによ。いつの間にやらこの回路みたいなステーションがざっと300以上だもんな。あのマックガンならコブダンとの視力感だってイチコロだ。あいつをアテネとマルタからも一緒にぶっ放せば怖いもんなしだな。今朝はやけに賑やかだ。なんだか知らんがかなり派手なことになりそうだぞ。
緊急警告、敵が侵入した。 闘配置につけ。
No. No, I did not spend all that time working on that box just to die. How did we already get this wave?
爆発はアテネ内部で起きています。マルタもそう。コブナントが何かを持ち込んだようです。爆弾を。
ではここも危ないぞ。チーフ、探し出してくれ。
かかってきやがれ。ガンか。
Go look at that grenade this time. No. Just allow.
なんだよ。
チーフ、こっちだぜ。
ちょうど乗船するところで出くわしちゃったのよ。
ご心配なく、ちょいとお待ちを。
司令官、敵がファイアコントロールセンターに侵入。爆弾も一緒です。
解除できるか。
でも第
一編隊ついてこい。巡航船を包囲して一隻ずつ
大至急爆弾を処理してくれ。
状況を
ターゲットを絞れ。
敵全艦をキルゾーン内に捕捉。巡航船13隻、アサルト船2隻、攻撃を開始します。
No. This one's cool. What's up, Joe?
アサルト船に突破された。まっすぐそちらへ向かってます。
オルタナ、先頭のアサルト船に集中砲火だ。元帥は2番目を食い止めろ。
前線で攻撃、後に続け。
先頭のアサルト船はここを完全に無視した。司令官、奴らはまっすぐ地球へ向かっています。言っとくけど爆弾の周りには大勢エリートがいるわ。何か手を考えなくちゃ。
Alright. Landry, your sub. When do I win? Dude, I got to uprising yesterday. I don't know if you saw it. Kinda choked.
早く行け。
Things went off the rails a lot. But also, I took the weekend off. I was out of town. And it's harder than it's hard, man. It's just hard. Jerv's the goat. I don't know what to tell you. Ooh, almost got there. Almost. Not today. You've been telling everyone I'm better than Jerv? I mean, at speedrunning and at many of the things in this game I am, but I don't have a death close time faster than him yet, so... There's one comparison that you can say I'm definitely not better. I haven't done this yet, and he has, so... I would say he's better at deathless runs right now than I am. I mean, even if I do this just once, he's probably still better at deathless runs than me, because he's done quite a few deathless runs. No way, dog! Why are they throwing nades like that? Double nades? So fast? What? That's crazy. You were treated like a peasant? I mean... Did you deserve it? No?
ああ、いずれにせよ前のはもう古いからな。今度のスーツはマーク6だぞ。そんなもんから届いたばかりだ。じゃあテストを始めよう。まずは慣れてもらわんとな。OK、最初は照準からだ。上のライトを見てくれ。よし、下のライトを見てくれ。よし、もう一度上のライトを見るんだ。以上だ。次は下のライト。OK。よし、チェック完了。スタンバイ。抑制剤オフにするぞ。ちょっと動き回ってみてくれ。OK ならシールドステーションに来てくれ。一回しかやらないからしっかり集中してくれよ。このステーションではシールドのリチャージングをテストする。今度のスーツはシールドのリカバリがすごいんだ。効率いいぞ。よし、ほらな、リチャージ速度がぐんと上がっただろ。シールドがダウンしたらどっかに身を隠してメーターがフルになるまで待つんだぞ。
そん時は俺の後ろに隠れるんだな。で、奴はどんな調子だ？おむつは取れたのか？
バトルスーツは問題ない、ジョンソン。おとなしく待ってろ。もう行っていいぞ。焦らずにやりな。
心配するだって。なんなら俺が手を繋いでてやるさ。
さーて、ジョンソン。どうやって地獄から生還できたか、そろそろ聞かせてくれよ。
悪いな、機密事項だ。
ああ、それじゃ A2 のスコープ調整の件はなしだ。おニューの M7 だってお前。
これはまた随分だな。もしかしてセレモニーに招待されなかったのか？地球か。久しぶりだな。 俺が新兵だった頃は機動防衛グリッドなんざ机上の空論だったのによ。いつの間にやらこの回路みたいなステーションがざっと300以上だもんな。あのマックガンならコブダンとの視力感だってイチコロだ。あいつをアテネとマルタからも一緒にぶっ放せば怖いもんなしだな。今朝はやけに賑やかだ。なんだか知らんがかなり派手なことになりそうだぞ。
緊急警告、敵が侵入した。総員、戦闘配置につけ。
逃げるのよ。こんな野郎。
これは訓練ではない。
Oh, come on, I did it again.
これは訓練ではない。
There's the box. It's so hard to get it in position. Then they usually come and shoot at you while you try.
圧力ドアを閉鎖。
Fucking hell, man. I hate messing up that box. Should've just cleared the room.
Ah, いずれにせよ前のはもう古いからな。今度のスーツはマーク6だぞ。そんなのから届いたばかりだ。じゃあテストを始めよう。まずは慣れてもらわんとな。OK、最初は照準からだ。上のライトを見てくれ。よし、下のライトを見てくれ。よし、もう一度上のライトを見るんだ。以上だ。次は下のライト。OK。よし、チェック完了。スタンバイ。抑制剤オフにするぞ。ちょっと動き回ってみてくれ。OK ならシールドステーションに来てくれ。1回しかやらないからしっかり集中してくれよ。このステーションではシールドのリチャージングをテストする。今度のスーツはシールドのリカバリがすごいんだ。効率いいぞ。よし、ほらな、リチャージ速度がぐんと上がっただろ。シールドがダウンしたらどっかに身を隠してメーターがフルになるまで待つんだぞ。
その時は俺の後ろに隠れるんだな。で、奴はどんな調子だ？おむつは取れたのか？
バトルスーツは問題ない、ジョンソン。おとなしく待ってろ。もう行っていいぞ。焦らずにやりな。
心配するだって。なんなら俺が手を繋いでてやるさ。
さーてジョンソン、どうやって地獄から生還できたかそろそろ聞かせてくれよ。
悪いな、機密事項だ。
ふん、それじゃ A2 のスコープ調整の件はなしだ。おニューの M7 だってお前さん。
これはまた随分だな。もしかしてセレモニーに招待されなかったのか？ 地球か。久しぶりだな。俺が新兵だった頃は機動防衛グリッドなんざ机上の空論だったのによ。いつの間にやらこの回路みたいなステーションがざっと300以上だもんな。あのマックガンならコブダンとの視力感だってイチコロだ。あいつをアテネとマルタからも一緒にぶっ放せば怖いもんなしだな。今朝はやけに賑やかだ。なんだか知らんがかなり派手なことになりそうだぞ。
緊急警告、敵が侵入した。総員、戦闘配置につけ。
一掃できるかやってみる。気をつけろ。助けてください。
これは訓練ではない。これは訓練ではない。
かなり悪いか。
目障りなやつ。
いるぞ。
安全フロアを閉鎖。
新しいアーマーだ。チクショー。
武器庫を解放せよ。
敵がアテネを離れていきます。
You're looking forward to taking first in this category. Good luck, brother.
オルトナ、どうなってる？
爆発はアテネ内部で起きています。
Yeah.
マルタもそう。
Yo, H
コブ
with
ナントは
Prime,
何
thank
か
you.
持ち込んだようです。爆弾を。
ではここも危ないぞ。チーフ、探し出してくれ。
かかってきやがれ。いったガンかそれ。
Come on, man. Oh, you're looking forward to me taking it. I thought you said you were gonna take it. I shouldn't have been shooting at me there.
ああ、いずれにせよ前のはもう古いからな。今度のスーツはマーク6だぞ。そんなもんから届いたばかりだ。じゃあテストを始めよう。まずは慣れてもらわんとな。オーケー、最初は照準からだ。上のライトを見てくれ。よし、下のライトを見てくれ。 よし、もう一度上のライトを見るんだ。以上だ。次は下のライト。OK。
Should I do classic trilogy?
よし、チェック完了。スタンバイ。
I'd have to relearn a bunch of stuff on Halo 1. And I'd have to decide which version of Halo 1 I'd even want to play. Because really, I'd want to play it on the OG Xbox. Also, I don't know where... Do I know where my Halo 3 is
一
at?
回しかや
Did
らな
I
いから
find my
しっか
Halo
り集
3
中
the
して
other
くれ
day?
よ。このステーションではシールドのリチャージングをテストする。
I might know where my
今度のスーツ
Halo 3 is
はシールドのリカバリーがすごいんだ。効率いいぞ。よし、ほらな。リチャージ速度がぐんと上がっただろ。
I don't know, I kind of would do one... I like the idea of doing a classic trilogy not connected to
その時は
MCC
俺
at
の後ろ
all.
に隠れるんだな。で、奴はどんな調子だ？おむつは取れた
Halo
の
1
か？
Deathless next? No, I don't care to do Halo 1
もう
Deathless.
行っていいぞ。
I don't really care about Deathless runs in general. I know I've been doing this one for a while, but like once I'm not gonna like
さてジョンソン。
do other games or those like weird other like Deathless type challenges. I might attempt an all skulls on Deathless as well, but that's about as far as I'll go.
A2 のスコープ調整の件はなしだ。おニューの M
これはまた随分だな。もしかしてセレモニーに招待されなかったのか？地球か。久しぶりだな。俺が新兵だった頃は機動防衛グリッドなんざ机上の空論だったのによ。いつの間にやら
I'm
こ
not
の
gonna play
回路みたいな
MCC
ステーションがざっと300以
I
上
don't care about MCC at all.
あのマックガンならコブダンとの主力艦だってイチコロだ。あいつをアテネとマルタからも一緒にぶっ放せば怖いもんなしだな。今朝はやけに賑やかだ。なんだか知らんがかなり派手なことになりそうだぞ。
緊急警告、敵が侵入した。動員、戦闘配置につけ。
見つけたぜ。やっつけたぜ。
これは訓練ではない。これは訓練ではない。
What? I've been robbed. My favorite new development for MCC speedruns is that they've had to develop a new patch because hackers can ruin speedruns by interrupting their campaign session. So you have to be offline, and so they have to make a special like offline patcher because MCC, you know. So if hackers know your gamer tag, they can ruin your speedruns. And it displays your gamer tag when you're doing runs on the like post-game carnage screen. Wait, who are you? When is that patch coming though? I was in Zooer Sloth's chat and somebody said there's a patch that somebody's working on. I don't know anything about it though. I don't play on MCC. I think they meant a Halo Runs community member and not 343 though.
チーフ探し出してくれ
There's a few people in the community who have some experience, like fixing crashes already. There's some patchers that the speedrunners already use. Like Halo 1 crashes when you do carrier bump sometimes, so they run a custom patch that prevents that crash. There's a couple other ones that people use. Sounds like cheating to me, but
ちょうど乗船するところで出くわしちゃったのよ。
ご心配なくちょいとお待ち
but getting around hackers is kind of funny. Oh, I got punched in the head. I was punching the other way. Back to armory. Woo. Yeah, Jared, when they do trilogy runs, they have to close Master Chief Collection, change versions, and reopen it like 3 different times. Because one of the games has to be on Season 7, and one of the games they want to be on Season 8. And now they won't be able to, they'll need a different version to not, if you want to play Season 8, but you have to be offline, they'll need another version, so that's fun.
Ah, いずれにせよ前のはもう古いからな。今度のスーツはマーク6だぞ。そんなのからばかりだ。じゃあテストを始めよう。
Excuse me.
まずは慣れてもらわんとな。OK。最初は標準から。
You know, I was just thinking it's kind of crazy to think you could have your campaign experience interrupted by multiplayer people. But back in the day, if you were playing campaign and connected to Xbox Live, people could send you invites, people could send you messages.
スタンバイ。抑制剤オフにするぞ。
You could get like the blue little notification pop up during a campaign session. So in that way, I guess I'm pretty sure the blue notifications would pop up during campaign. Am I wrong? I'm almost certain they did. I feel like I'm doubting myself now. You had to be connected, like, through the menu you had to first sign into Xbox Live, and then choose campaign though, so like you had to be signed in for that to happen, but I'm pretty sure if you were connected to Xbox Live while you were playing campaign, then you would be able to get invites.
さてジョンソン、どうやって地獄から生還できたかそろそろ聞かせてくれよ。
悪いな、機密事項だ。
ああ、それじゃ A2 のスコープ調整の件はなしだ。おニューの M7 だって。
これはまた随分だな。もしかしてセレモニーに招待されなか
You
った
could start YB in campaign as well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, you definitely could, because I remember when the server shut down, I was thinking, oh, now you can't start YB in campaign. Or maybe it was just you can't start YB in general, because you can't do it in multiplayer either anymore. I don't know. I'm mixing up my memories. It's been a long time. It's been 20 years. Start YB was a glitch where you could bring up your Xbox Live friends list, and then when you closed the friends list, the game would load back in, and when it loaded, it would be very glitchy for just like 1 second, and you could see the geometry lines better. And people would do that to like find super bounces, because wherever the geometry lines line up into like triangles, that's where it's easier to do super bounces. So one of the popular methods to find a spot to land for a super bounce was to aim at a spot, start YB, and if you're aiming at a good spot, you mark it with your like pistol, and then you can like mark all the lines on the map. And that's why if you watch a bunch of like super bounce montages and stuff, you'll see there's a bunch of pistol marks on the ground that they're like marking the lining spot, the like lines on the ground, so they know where to land. There was another glitch that was interesting. If you stood on the wheel on Zanzibar, if you brought up your friends list and then closed it, it would launch you, like all the way around the wheel like a like a carnival game kind of thing. You would go like in a big circle. That one was an interesting glitch. Yo, thanks for the raid, noobs.
俺をかばってもらえませんか。こいつはいいや。
これは訓練ではない。繰り返す。これは訓練ではない。安全ドアを閉鎖。
Please, all over. No, 105 or... Not bad.
敵がアテネを離れていきます。
ポルトナ、どうなってる？
爆発はアテネ内部で起きています。マルタもそう。コブナントが何かを持ち込んだようです。爆弾を。
ではここも危ないぞ。チーフ、探し出してくれ。
かかってきやがれ。こいつはガンか。レッツゴー。
ほらチーフ、こっちだぜ。
ちょうど乗船するところで出くわしちゃったのよ。
ご心配だ。ちょいとお待ちを。
司令官、敵が。
第一編隊ついてこい。巡航船を包囲して一隻ずつ片付ける。
でも起爆装置がアクセスされた。チームの助けが全艦をフルゾーンであり巡航船13隻、アサルトバルの状況を攻撃を開始します。
敵が撤退しています。我々の勝利です。に突破された。まっすぐそちらへ向かってます。
ポルトナ、先頭のアサルト船に集中砲火だ。元帥は2番目を食い止めろ。
前線で攻撃、後に続け。
マジでまずいぜ。
Kind of an insane second
アサ
half.
ルト船はここを完全に無視し。司令官、奴らはまっすぐ地球へ向かっています。言っとくけど爆弾の周りには大勢エリートがいるわ。何か手を考えなくちゃ。
No way am I gonna die. There you go. Chill out. This guy die or you want to try to full shield dude? Get me out of here.
ミッションは待ってくれないわよ。
シャキッとしろ。墜落現場を離れろ。早く行け。
乗ってちょうだい。
え
高架艇で機甲部隊と援軍を市内に送らせるわ。敵の対空砲火に備えて護衛してほしいの。
Yeah, Joe, I used to do a lot of super bouncing back in the day, sometimes with some of those
大部分が
groups.
シップの真下に集結しているわ。あなたは招かれざる客ってところね。その橋が市内に行く一番の近道よ。
チーフ、ボットが発射されたわ。あなたの位置に向かってる。
このトンネルから橋に出られるわ。ネズミがいっぱいでしょうけど、泳ぐよりはマシでしょ。コブナントの無線を傍受して分析したんだけど、どうやらかなり混乱してるわ。私やあなただけじゃなく、地球に人類がいるなんて思いもしなかったみたい。頭悪いわね。でもだからあんなに小さな艦隊だったんだわ。
I'm dead. I might live. Oh, we got Marines. Get him. Get him, boys. Get them. Yeah. There we go. I'm the last one? No, that's not true. Ark does some super bounces. There's actually been a super bounce montage released relatively recently. Who put it out? I can't remember. Within the last month, somebody released a super bounce montage.
まだ他にもいるぜ。
Like with new bounces and some new barrier breaks and stuff. I found a decently cool super bounce on Sacred Icon the other week. That was about 6 months ago now, but it was pretty cool. I bounced off a death barrier and survived. You know the pits on Sacred Icon where you fall in the holes where the flood come out? There's death barriers down there. I fell all the way down the hole and then super bounced all the way out. Pretty sick. Yeah, I can find you a clip if you want, Nibs. I have it recreatable. Like I did it. I died when I did it on accident once, and I was like, wait, I think you could survive that, and then I was able to live it. Yeah, well, I mean, by the time that 3 and Reach were out, you were making the right call, Jared. I mean, you really had to experience it when it was before Halo 3. Like, the time between, like, 2004 and 2007 was the best. Once Halo 3 came out, like, everyone, like, mostly moved on to Halo 3, so that was basically, Halo 2 died pretty much immediately as far as multiplayer went. People still played, but part of the fun of Halo 2 back in the day was the number of people. And so then the fun basically moved on to Halo 3 because that's where the numbers were. It did take some people a little while to move from Halo 2 to 3 because you had to get a 360 and not everybody had a 360 yet. So it was kind of sad to like see like half your friends list still like on the OG version, but pretty much everybody shifted over within a few months. I think a lot of... So Halo 3 came out in September. By Christmas, pretty much everybody had it. It was also the novelty. Like, if you've already experienced Halo 3, Halo 2 can't be as fun because it's just kind of like a downgraded version in some ways. The fact that Halo 2 was brand new for what it was doing made a pretty big difference for how cool it was. Fruit flies in my room. I didn't take my recycling out before I went out of town for the weekend, and I think they breed in my empty energy drink cans. I think I'm gonna try to... I'll take out my recycling if I die. Do that. God, I hate fruit flies. They're so annoying. This one's just like buzzing around. Get you. Vacuum cleaner is the scarab gun. I just suck them up. But then they're in my vacuum. They don't die in there, do they? What do I do after that? Gotta go throw them away. Just what if they fly away when I try to throw them away, and then they're just back in the air. No, don't kill me. Frick, man. Why did you do so much damage? Should've gone up back and around when I took that first volley. Hold on, give me a second here. I'm gonna try to fight these dang fruit flies. Let me take...
敵は一隻でした。
一隻？確かかね。
はい。奴らはオータムと呼んでいました。
なぜその一隻を阻止できなかった？
惑星を攻撃している隙に逃げられました。ですが全力で追跡しました。
初めて見るヘイローの偉大さに目でもくらんだか？
は？
腰が抜けてしまったか？
いいえ。
ならばなぜおめおめと人間どもを取り逃がし、聖なるリングを汚れた足で冒涜させたのだ？
お言葉ですが大祭司殿、ご承知のようにあのフラットどもが。静粛にされよ。
フラッド制圧を優先した措置の判断に誤りはない。だがマスターチーフに関しては、
私が奴の意図を察した時にはすでに手遅れでした。
真実の預言者殿、このままでは拉致が開きません。見せしめにこの能なしを厳罰に処すべきです。
措置のこれまでの功績について我々は満足しておる。長きにわたり艦隊を実によく率いてきた。しかしヘイロー防衛におけるこの度の失態はあまりにも致命的に過ぎる。
そやつは一旦者だ。
人間どもにはこの私が必ず目に物を見せてやります。
いや、そうはいかん。間もなく大いなる旅立ちの時が来る。しかしその時が来ても異端の罪の重さが足かせとなり、措置は置き去りにされるであろう。
危うくコーティングが剥がれるところだったんだぞ。ジュルソーまでやられてやがって。レンズは完全にイカれてるし、パワーサプライに至っては話にならん。この装備にいくらかかってるか分かってるのか？
コブナントに言ってくれ。
ああ、いずれにせよ前のはもう古いからな。今度のスーツはマーク6だぞ。ソンナムから届いたばかりだ。じゃあテストを始めよう。まずは慣れてもらわんとな。オーケー、最初は照準からだ。上のライトを見てくれ。さあ上のライトを見るんだ、チーフ。
Alright, we go again. You ready? Up to our chest. A fortune. Fortune, have you ever seen the glitch where you get deleted when you do the grenade jump at the start of Outskirts?
今度のスーツはマーク6だぞ。そんなのから届いたばかりだ。じゃあテストを始めよう。まずは慣れてもらわんとな。OK。最初は照準からだ。上のライトを見てくれ。よし。下のライトを見てくれ。よし。もう一度上のライトを見るんだ。以上だ。次は下のライト。OK。よし、チェック完了。スタンバイ。
Yeah, people ask about it like every I remember when I was in there, like people would ask like once every like 6 months or whatever would happen to somebody. I think we need to explore garbage collection and deletion and stuff like that, because I'm pretty sure that is tied to looking at the zero boundary as well. I think that what happens is if you sweep past the zero boundary, it triggers some garbage collection script. That causes a lag spike, and if you do that at the same frame that you're between two of the like void portals that would load different boundaries, I think there's just a chance that you could get caught in the garbage deletion, and that's why you get deleted. But I feel like because it's just deleting like almost random stuff, it feels like we could probably... That feels like chances for some crazy glitches.
さてジョンソン、どうやって地獄から生還できたか、そろそろ聞かせてくれよ。
悪いな、機密事項だ。
それじゃ A2 のスコープ。
I feel like if we had more tooling, like more mod tools to like break down and go frame by frame, and, like, I don't know, just if we could really dig into this better, I think there's some stuff we're missing.
久しぶりだな。
I think there's some really nerdy, like, hardcore glitches that we're missing.
いつの間にやらこの回路みたいなステーションがざっと300以上だもんな。あのマックガンならコブダントの視力感だってイチコロだ。あいつをアテネとマルタからも一緒にぶっ放せば怖いもんなしだな。
Is there also, when I cross that door, is the crash I'm getting on Quarantine Zone, is it also at the edge of one of those like load portals? Like between two sections? It might be. There's a door there. What if it's as simple as it just trying to delete two things? What if, so I know at the start of the mission, there's the phantom that flies away and deletes itself. What if it's just hitting that deletion script at the same frame you hit a void portal, at the same frame that the phantom is also trying to delete itself? So there's two deletes happening at the same time. That sounds plausible to me. I guess one way we could kind of answer that is how many seconds into the level does the phantom disappear, and how many seconds into the level is my crash. If they're similar, then we might be onto something.
を離れていきます。
コルタナ、どうなってる？
爆発はアテン内部で起きています。マルタもそう。コブナントが何かを持ち込んだようです。爆弾を。
ではここも危ないぞ。チーフ、探し出してくれ。
かかってきやがれ。いったガンか、それとも。
ほらチーフ、こっちだぜ。
ちょうど乗船するところで出くわしちゃったのよ。
ご心配だ。ちょいとお待ちを。
Why do you have to spawn like that? It was fast too.
司令官、敵艦ファイアコントロールセンターに侵入。爆弾も一緒です。
はい、
でも起爆装置にアクセスする
Did I get them both on one clip?
チーフ、大至急爆弾を処理してくれ。コルタナ、ターゲットを絞れ。攻撃を
ある
許可する。
状況を報告してオーバー。
第一編隊ついてこい。巡航船を包囲して一隻ずつ片付ける。第二編隊はアサルト船だ。
敵全艦をキルゾーン内に捕捉。巡航船13隻、アサルト船2隻。
Don't
攻撃
kill
を開始しま
me.
す。
You don't want to kill me. You don't want to.
コルタナ、
Right.
戦争のアサルト船に集中砲火だ。元帥は2番目を食い止めろ。
前線で攻撃、後に続け。
Dude, if I got that space fly,
戦はここを完全に無視
this
し
would have been really fast.
奴らはまっすぐ地球へ向かっています。
It's still pretty fast.
言っとくけど爆弾の周りには大勢エリートがいるわ。何か手を考えなくちゃ。
Ooh. No! I'm dead. I'm alive. Oh. Stop. We're alive. Everything's fine. I am close.
ミッションは待ってくれないわよ。
シャキッとしろ。墜落現場を離れろ。早く行け。
I wasn't worried. You guys were worried. No, get up there. I did this wrong. Did the, but there are multiple there. Dead body disappeared there again, just like as I was looking at it. They're not really supposed to like disappear as you're looking at them.
機動部隊と援軍を市内に送らせるわ。
That might be another one to flip if you want to. I know things always disappear around this like time, like on this level.
わかりました。護衛に向か
I
います。
find it kind of interesting that it happens while you're looking at them because they're not really supposed
来てくれて
to.
嬉しいよ。
But I wonder if it's just because it thinks I'm in a different area because I'm high up. But sometimes it's when I'm next to him. I don't know.
レグナント軍の大部分がシップの真下に集結しているわ。あなたは招かれざる客ってところね。その橋が市内に行く一番の近道よ。
What about the timing? Could you check the timing? See if it maybe coincides with the phantom deletion timing. I have a feeling it might be tied to the Phantom getting deleted twice, like on the same frame.
コブナントの無線を傍受して分析したんだけど、どうやらかなり混乱してるわ。私やあなたが
Or it could be your look angle dividing, like, I don't know why they would ever divide by your look angle in the game, but I mean, maybe they would, and maybe you're right, if it's exactly 0.0, you get an error. I don't know. I wish, there's just a few crashes in the game I wish we had more details about. And another type of crashes I want to look more into is, have you seen the glitch on Regret where you can like make the ground not solid? If you do the overlap glitch where, at the end where you make two cutscenes happen at the same time, sometimes like half of the map loses its collision, and it's very weird. Like you can fall through the tower, but you can still stand on objects like boxes, but you can fall through like the seabed floor, but only on like half of the seabed, so it's like only half the map loses its collision. I have a feeling it's because it's like loading like the wrong BSP's collision or something. But you can make the game crash really easily in that state too. That's a glitch that you might have fun, especially now that I know how to do co-op on Cartographer. You might want to explore this with save states as well, because you can crash the game really easily in this state. Do you know how to do the cutscene overlap glitch that I'm talking about? Like, have you not seen that one at all? Because it's one of the coolest glitches in the game, actually. Yeah, no, it's unfortunate you're stuck in that like 20-second loop in this glitch I'm talking about. But if you, during that loop, if you do some sort of steps where you blow up the cutscene Master Chief, sometimes when it reverts your last checkpoint, the whole world will just not be solid. But you have to do some specific order of killing Master Chief, and I don't know why or what or how, but sometimes the game will crash, and sometimes you'll get stuck in a world where there's no geometry. Man, there's still fruit flies flying around. Go away, bugs. Fruit flies, man. A different BSP isn't loaded during the entire ending sequence, though. Although it is probably trying to preload the next level. Also, on MCC one time, me and Hark were doing it, and the cutscene, or the subtitles were off by 1. So whenever we were playing, it loads up the next level Sacred Icon, it was still displaying Regret subtitles. But then when we got to Quarantine Zone, it started showing Sacred Icon, and it was off by 1 until the end of the game, which was kind of interesting. And we did play through the entire game to see if anything glitchy happened at the end, and nothing of note happened. But so there was some like state preservation all the way from the regret glitch until the end of the game though for subtitles, which I found to be kind of interesting. Will you show yourself? Thank you. I don't know, that regret cutscene glitch is definitely one of the more interesting glitches that we should probably learn more about. No. Dude, these bugs are pissing me off. There's fruit fly buzzing my head. It just deletes that character off the table and makes it free for the next thing, which sometimes deleting things is useful for AUP. Me and Hark have done some interesting glitches with it. Like knowing which slot is deleted and saving it for exactly when makes it easier to do math for overflow. So like, if you could delete yourself reliably and then shoot 32,000 bullets, you'll be exactly in the same spot for the next slot that you want to load. And me and Hark have done that math for some of the AUPs we've done. But in terms of like, what does it do? It puts you in the suspended respawning state. You get deleted and then the game is... The reason it teleports your camera to that spot is because during respawn you're supposed to have a camera tracking your dead body, but there is no dead body, so it defaults to the default location. And the default location on Outskirts just has the camera like floating above some location. So it looks like you get teleported, but what really happens is it just teleports your camera to the default spot because you don't have a body anymore, and the respawn camera doesn't know what to track. So during that time, you can delay the respawn, and you could like fill the... Yeah, then you just respawn as usual. It's just like you got deleted.
奴らの寝首をかいてやるぞ。
Yeah, I do feel like there's something that we're missing. There's cool glitches out there. They exist. Yeah, maybe not like full on ace, but I feel like we should have some more control over crashing the game in some way or messing. I don't know. We're missing something.
待機して、今そちらに向かう。
Full-on arbitrary code execution would be pretty cool. No, I'm dead. Leave me alone, guys. Where are my allies? Did you guys all get owned? You guys weren't supposed to do that. Dude, I meant to fall all the way down. I got caught on the ledge there. Okay, I got owned. These bugs are pissing me off. Get them. Where are you? There's one that's just been flying around. I also think that there's something more with the Scarab deload script. I don't know why. I have some hunch that that script doesn't terminate properly even when you save and exit the level. One of my crazy ideas for the Cairo Station door is that the machine object that is the Scarab lines up with the machine object that is the door on Cairo Station, and the scripts somehow like are corrupting each other. I don't have any. I just have crazy ideas, and sometimes I try to track them down and prove them wrong until one of them's right.
よし、チェック完了。スタンバイ。抑制剤オフにするぞ。ちょっと動き回ってみてくれ。OK ならシールドステーションに来てくれ。
What about the last mission when the Scarab blows up the door? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
このステーションではシールドのリチャージングをテストする。今度のスーツはシールドのリカバリーがすごいんだ。効率いいぞ。よし。ほらな。リチャージ速度がぐんと上がっただろ。シールドがダウンしたらどっかに身を隠してメーターがフルになる
That's a massive explosion.
その時は俺の後ろに隠れるんだな。で、奴はどんな調子だ？おむつは取れたのか？
バトルスーツは問題ない、ジョンソン。おとなしく待ってろ。もう行っていいぞ。焦らずにやりな。
心配するだって。なんなら俺が手を繋いでてやるさ。
さーて、ジョンソン。どうやって地獄から生還できたか、そろそろ聞かせてくれよ。
悪いな、機密事項だ。
ああ、それじゃ A2 のスコープ調整の件はなしだ。おニューの M7 だって。
これはまた随分だな。もしかしてセレモニーに招待されなかったのか？地球か。久しぶりだな。俺が新兵だった頃は機動防衛グリッドなんざ机上の空論だったのによ。いつの間にやらこの回路みたいなステーションがざっと300以上だもんな。あのマックガンならコブダントの視力艦だってイチコロだ。あいつをアテネとマルタからも一緒にぶっ放せば怖いもんなしだな。今朝はやけに賑やかだ。なんだか知らんがかなり派手なことになりそうだぞ。
Alright. We go again.
緊急警告敵が
This one's for Johnson. I heard he dies in Halo 3. So, try not to do it for him for this game. Or something. I don't know. Spoilers. Johnson dies in Halo 3, guys.
総員戦闘
Does anybody not know the story of Halo? I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm too much in my bubble. Part of me that's scared of this Halo 1 remake is is there anybody in the world that cares about Halo that doesn't already know about Halo? Who's buying this Halo 1 remake? But also, my perspective is from somebody who's been playing Halo nonstop for quite a while, so maybe my perspective's just wrong, or like not the same as the population, you know? And all of you guys would also be included in that same group because you're watching me on Twitch, so maybe we're wrong. But another thing is, if your friend came to you and said, "Hey, I've never played Halo, how should I experience it?" I'm not gonna tell them the Halo 1 remake. I'm gonna tell them Master Chief Collection probably, because it's all of them on Steam and it's the easiest collection. So like, even as a Halo fan, I'm not even gonna recommend the remake. And so I know the game is releasing on Xbox and on PlayStation, but if you're an Xbox user and you're choosing between MCC and H1 Remake, let's say you don't have either and you're choosing between one of them has like 6 games in one, and one of them is only one of the games remade and has no multiplayer, why would I choose that one? I would choose the one that has multiplayer, the remakes, all of the other games, and everything. So if I'm an Xbox user, there's no reason for me to come to the new game as a new user, right? That if I'm a Steam user, the same story is pretty much true. So the only new people are going to be PlayStation people.
Ah, いずれにせよ前のはもう古いからな。今度のスーツはマーク6だぞ。そんなのから届いたばかりだ。
I mean, that's from my perspective. That just seems like the only demographic that's gonna care is PlayStation people. Which I mean, I hope it sells well. I don't see it doing well with any other market, but I also don't see it doing well with PlayStation.
ちょっと動き回ってみてくれ。OK ならシールドステーションに来てくれ。1回しかやらないからしっかり集中してくれよ。このステーションではシールドのリチャージングをテストする。今度のスーツはシールドのリカバリがすごいんだ。効率いいぞ。よし、ほらな、リチャージ速度がぐんと上がっただろ。シールドがダウンしたらどっかに身を隠してメーターがフルになるまで待つんだぞ。
その時は俺の後ろに隠れるんだな。で、奴はどんな調子だ？おむつは取れたのか？
バトルスーツは問題ない、ジョンソン。おとなしく待ってろ。もう行っていいぞ。 焦らずにやりな。
心配するだって、なんなら俺が手を繋いでてやるさ。
さて、ジョンソン。
Microsoft makes the weirdest choices when it comes to Halo. I think we also have a little bit of a change in philosophy in the middle of this game because they just fired the Xbox head, and the new head of Xbox has walked back their commitment to version platform exclusives and stuff. So Phil Spencer was the head of Xbox, and that's when they decided that Halo was coming to PlayStation. Phil Spencer's fired, and there's somebody new there now. So I was pretty sure the whole reason that they were doing Halo 1 remake was to also do Halo 2 and 3, because if you're bringing Halo 1 to PlayStation, you have to bring Halo 2 and 3 to PlayStation. It's a trilogy. You can't bring only one of them. That's crazy. At least that's what I thought. But now the new Xbox head has walked back the idea that they want to put stuff on PlayStation, so 2 and 3 are confirmed. I don't think they've been literally confirmed. I think they've been leaked. I think there's rumors of them, but I don't think they've been... I don't think there's actual confirmation of 2 and 3.
今朝はやけに賑やかだ。なんだか知らんが、かなり派手なことになりそうだぞ。
緊急警告、敵が侵入した。
It's a leak, but it's Rebs? I don't know. I don't trust any of those leakers. I've seen basically all of those people say like blatantly false things when I have more inside info than they do. I don't trust any of them. Pretty sure Rebs tweeted that MCC was coming to PlayStation, didn't he? We haven't seen any evidence of that. Maybe I'm misattributing something he didn't, but I think I saw that out of him. I might be wrong there. I never found the rumor of MCC coming to PlayStation at the same time as a remake coming to PlayStation plausible, because you would just be competing with yourself, which that seemed crazy. Just doing Deathless Eki. Does Halo even make money? Good question. I think the answer is yes, but not the way you think. And that's the unfortunate reason. They sell toys.
元帥は2番目を食い止めろ。
前線で攻撃後に続け。
戦闘のアサルト船はここを完全に無視し、司令官、奴らはまっすぐ地球へ向かっています。言っとくけど爆弾の周りには大勢エリートがいるわ。何か手を考えなくちゃ。
I don't know. There's different ways to like make money through games, and like merchandising certainly is one. It's not the only way Halo makes money, but it is one of the ways. They have a. I don't know if it's as successful as it used to be, but they've had a few pretty successful toy lines.
"ミッションは待ってくれないわよ。
シャキッとしろ。墜落現場を離れろ。早く行け。
Jump better.
グーソ、あのシップに乗ってちょうだい。
俺がもし撃
高
たれたら
架艇で機甲部隊と援軍を市内に送らせるわ。敵の対空砲火に備えて護衛してほしいの。
I know I think that's partially why the games, they wanted them to not be rated M for a little while when they were rated T, and everyone's like, bring back the Flood, and the rumors were like, well, they kind of can't because the Flood are zombies, and zombies usually make a game rated M because of dismemberment and like corpses and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's why they didn't have the Flood in the game for quite a while, because they wanted to maintain the rating T so that they continue to sell merchandising to kids, because I think selling rated M merchandise has different restrictions than rated T for video game licensing. I'm not sure how all of that works, but I'm pretty sure that I've heard rumors about that, like that's like part of the ecosystem of why Halo doesn't have Flood necessarily.
チーフ、ボットが発射されたわ。あなたの位置に向かってる。
But also, I think this new one will be rated M, won't it? And it's definitely having the Flood. There's no way they can't avoid the Flood in this new one. So the new one should at least be true to the original in that regard.
私やあなただけじゃなく、地球に人類がいるなんて思いもしなかったみたい。頭悪いわよね。でもだからあんなに小さな艦隊だったんだな。
I do feel like the Flood are kind of necessary to tell the story of Halo, because like Halo is obviously the name of the game, and so what is that in the universe? It's those giant rings. Well, what do the giant rings do? They blow up the universe. Well, why do they blow up the universe? Because of the Flood. That's the whole story of Halo. Without the Flood, then there is no Halo rings. Without the Halo rings, you don't get the game. I feel like you do kind of need the Flood. They should pretty much always be present in the background of the storytelling. Whether or not they need to be direct enemies, I don't care. Like, I kind of like the idea of exploring where the Flood came from, the precursors or whatever. Like, I would have liked to learn a little bit more directly about that, but I think the central focus of Halo should have always remained slightly around the Flood, because that's ultimately what the purpose of the rings were for. Halo Infinite's idea of talking about like precursors and stuff, I found interesting. I would like to know kind of the lore of that more explained within the games. I know there's books and stuff on it. I don't really care about the books. I want to explore that stuff in game. Especially for like Halo 5. Halo 5 doesn't have anything to do with the Flood, does it? Like, literally nothing, as far as I know. I guess the Guardians are... What were the Guardians constructed for? Do they have anything to do with the rings? Or their Forerunner creations just to keep humanity in line, right? It has nothing to do with the... Yeah, there's like... Halo 5 literally has zero to do with the Flood, as far as I know. And I don't mind having Cortana Rampancy as lore, and I thought having her as a bad guy was fine. I just tie it into the Flood, tie it into the game, tie it into something. I don't know. Halo 5 really, that game it started its own storyline and then they never finished it, obviously. So that kind of sucks. Halo's been all over the place. I know a decent amount about the lore because I've been playing this game for 20 years and I can rant about it a lot, but I don't actually care about the lore that much. I mostly just play it because it's fun. I was always a multiplayer person when I was younger. When I was hooked on Halo, it was because there was a huge population and I was playing multiplayer all day. The lore didn't really matter to me as a kid. I liked to play the game and do the glitches and get out of the maps and shoot people and rank up in multiplayer and just hang out with friends in lobbies. That's what made me fall in love with Halo. Oh, come on. Don't do it, don't do it. No, it's not Pikachu. You can do the second half faster, but it's not fast enough. I don't know, maybe I could revisit and try it again. I've tried it in the past, and it's not. You can get an early cycle on the Scarab though, and it's different than I thought it was. I have learned more since last time I tried it. I don't know, it might be doable with... I could look more into it. I do have more info than last time I tried it. Stop, 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 stop.
よし、いよいよスカラベを仕留めるぞ。
俺と一緒に来い。俺がついて死ぬ。我々が預言者殿の腕だろう。
Are there any Halo 2 streamers who can bench 405?
かつ迅速にこの異端を鎮圧するのだ。
Probably not. Trying to think of who'd be the most ripped. I don't know. Maybe a GoldenEye streamer Clemens could do 400 in his peak. I don't know if he still can. I don't know how much he still works out. I don't know, 400's a lot. Nobody can bench 400. I mean, only the strongest of strong people can bench 400. That's a lot. Those are people who are in the gym as a job. Benching 225 puts you in the 99 percentile. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. So I'm going back to my statement of nobody can bench a 405. There's probably like less than 1,000 people that could do it. Please die. I'm dead. Dude. I know there's still a grunt behind me. Frick! How is there still a grunt behind me so fast? Dude, the world record bench press is 1,400 pounds. What? With supportive gear. Okay. That doesn't sound real. What does supportive gear mean? Let me dig further here. Wait, is that recognized as the record? Okay, without gear. Unequipped, without a bench shirt. 783 pounds is the world record. Is it just a bench shirt? Is that all the equipment that's equipped with bench shirt? Just one of those springy shirts? I think I know the kind. The springy type. Dude, they're lifting 1,400 pounds and all they're wearing is a springy shirt. They don't do that much as far as I know, Aaron. I've seen them. They basically like provide compression and a little bit of spring. Like they keep your chest tight and springy. That's crazy. 1,400 pounds is insane.
このステーションではシールドのリチャージングをテストする。今度のスーツはシールドのリカバリがすごいんだ。効率いいぞ。よし、ほらな、リチャージ速度がぐんと上がっただろ。シールドがダウンしたらどっかに身を隠してメーターがフルになるまで待つんだぞ。
その時は俺の後ろに隠れるんだな。で、奴はどんな調子だ？おむつは取れたのか？
バトルスーツは問題ない、ジョンソン。おとなしく待ってろ。もう行っていいぞ。焦らずにやりな。
心配するだって。なんなら俺が手を繋いでてやるさ。
さーて、ジョンソン。どうやって地獄から生還できたか、そろそろ聞かせてくれよ。
悪い。
I don't have to, Doctor. It's my fantasy ever. Wait, what? Never mind.
A2 のスコープ調整の件はなしだ。おニューの M7。
これはまた随分だな。もしかしてセレモニーに招待されなかったのか？地球か。久しぶりだな。俺が新兵だった頃は機動防衛グリッドなんざ机上の空論だったのによ。いつの間にやらこの回路みたいなステーションがざっと300以上だもんな。
Wrestling was never an appealing sport. Yeah, I think it's just a sport because it was an old sport. I mean, I get it. Like, if you don't want to hurt somebody but you want to prove you're stronger than them, wrestling is the sport to do it, right? You go head to head. One of you throws the other on the ground. That's kind of the whole. It makes sense as a sport, especially if you consider it as like a true old school competition, and not in the spirit that you want to hurt your enemy. You just want to prove you're stronger than them. Yeah, it's just not your style of fight. Yeah, I get it. But I mean, you have to consider like the form of like fist fighting and MMA that we have today is actually a pretty new style of fighting. Hand-to-hand combat didn't always look like that. Like that's a developed sport that took time. And I mean, think about like why would people develop so much hand-to-hand combat when if the goal was to like hurt your opponent, then you would use weapons. If the goal was not to hurt your opponent, then why would you punch them in the face like that? Like it's kind of like they never just optimized it like that. That's a relatively like last 100 years invention of like fighting. So in terms of like combat sport, wrestling is a much more like old combat sport than like fist fighting or boxing or MMA. Like wrestling's way older than MMA. pretty sure, at least. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's probably some ancient Chinese like MMA that is older. MMA might be older because of like old Chinese martial arts, depending on how you define them. Because China's older at like everything. Whatever China was doing first is probably the oldest. Now that I think about it, but I feel like the old like Greek style of wrestling developed like kind of separately.
コルタナ、どうなってる？
爆発はアテネ内部で起きています。マルタもそう。コブナントが何かを持ち込んだようです。爆弾を。
ではここも危ないぞ。チーフ、探し出してくれ。
But UFC still is like a modern invention. Like that's not how like fighting has always been for combat sports. Sumo is pretty interesting. I didn't realize how short sumo matches were. Did you guys know most sumo matches are like 5 seconds long? It's very rare for one to go more than like 10. It takes them way longer to get onto the court, or it's the clay. I forget what it's called. It translates to the clay mound basically. They build up this big clay thing at this whole ceremony. All of sumo is very steeped in ceremony. So first they build the arena, and then they do like blessing ceremonies, and they announce all of the fighters, and they come out in the ring and they bow to the crowd, and then the announcer, who's called like the yobodashi, he gets on the mic and like sings the announcer or the next two fighters. They get in the ring and they do this like kind of dance to prove that they're synced up, like, you know, the kind of the stereotypical lift your left leg and slap your leg kind of thing like a sumo wrestler does. They do that, but it's more of a dance where they're mirroring each other to show that they're ready to start. And then the referee steps up, and once they're ready to start, once all 4 of their hands are on the ground, that's when it starts. And there's a little bit of a mind game to it. So one of the wrestlers will only put down one hand at a time, and then they'll kind of fake like they're about to put down their next one. And as soon as they tap the 4th hand on the ground, they spring forward and the fight starts. The fight lasts like 5 seconds. Whoever is ringed out or touches the ground first loses. You can only touch the ground with the bottoms of your feet. So basically, they push each other to the edge of the ring, and then they try to throw each other on the ground. And it all happens so fast. But they spend more time walking in and doing the ceremony than the fight. And then the entire tournament lasts like 2 weeks, and they do that like 14 times or 15 times. Like some tournaments have more rounds or whatever. But then whoever has the best record at the end gets promoted up or down, and that's how you get divisions. If you win all of your matches, you end up in the highest division and you prove that you're good. There's no weight classes. It's just about winning and losing. If you win a lot, you'll move up. If you lose a lot, you'll go down. And so sometimes there'll be huge weight mismatches. And some of these guys aren't fat. Some of these guys are muscle. Like, I don't know. If you guys want to watch sumo on Twitch, it's pretty interesting. There's a twitch.tv/midnight sumo. There's a channel on Twitch that streams it. It's kind of fun to watch like an hour or two of it.
どうやって地獄から生還できたかそろそろ聞かせてくれよ。
悪いな、機密事項だ。
それじゃ A2 のスコープ調整の件はなしだ。おニューの M。
これはまた随分だな。もしかしてセレモニーに招待されなかったのか。地球か。久しぶりだな。俺が新兵だった頃は機動防衛グリッドなんざ机上の空論だったのによ。いつの間にやらこの回路みたいなステーションがざっと300以上だもんな。あのマックガンならコブダントの視力艦だってイチコロだ。あいつをアテネとマルタからも一緒にぶっ放せば怖いもんなしだな。今朝はやけに賑やかだ。なんだか知らんがかなり派手なことになりそうだぞ。
警告。敵が侵入し
You're
た。
going to a hockey game? Is it another playoff game? Alright, so here's the plan. I'm going to go on the betting markets and bet that there will be a streaker. Okay? You know what to do. 50-50.
よし準備完了。
これは訓練ではない。繰り返す。これは訓練ではない。
ぶっ飛ばせ。
Did you hear about the guy who was betting on temperatures and he found out where one of the official temperature readings was and he stood under it with a hairdryer? Increased the ambient temperature by like 2 or 3 degrees, won the bet, and then left. Where'd this guy's sword go?
爆発はアテネ内部で起きています。マルタもそう。
Dude,
コブナントが
doesn't
何か持ち
exist.
込んだようです。爆弾を。
Where'd it go?
ここも危ないぞ。
Under the box?
探し出してくれ。
Did it get launched up top? Where'd this dude's sword go? There it is.
Alright,
ご心配なく、ちょいとお待ちを。
I don't know. Anybody that does all that online betting stuff, you guys should stop. those sites are all scams. They're bad for society. They're bad for you. They're just not good.
戦闘のアサルト戦に集中砲火。元帥は2番目を食い止めろ。前線で攻撃、後に続け。
Like, I don't know, part of the reason they suck is because it, like, for sports it makes them more rigged. The players will bet on themselves, they'll tell their friends and family to bet. It's ruining sports. Or it makes the fans worse because when the fans lose, they blame the players. So now there's like, everyone's hating each other. Money just makes everyone hate each other when you're making each other lose it. The only people winning are the people cheating. Like, if you don't have inside information, then you probably shouldn't be gambling. And if you do have inside information, you realize the whole system sucks. Stop doing it. How do I feel about stocks? Stocks is different. Stocks is putting money into the idea of a real world business. I know it's a little bit different with the way the modern internet works with some companies, but a company produces a tangible product. And you are buying part of the company that does that. You're buying something that is real, and you are buying on the idea that that product will become more useful in the future. More people will want it, it will be worth more money, it will get your investment today in the company will be good because the company will do better later. And so you can say it's a bit of gambling because yeah, you're hoping that the company does better in the future, but it is also a physical thing. You have a proof of purchase of a thing. It's not all or nothing, I win or lose. You can sell your stock whenever you want, and you, like, even if the companies rarely go to zero unless you're doing like gambling type stocks, like it's not you're buying a physical thing and holding it with hopes that it appreciates in value. Stocks aren't like when you gamble, it's all or nothing. You win it or you lose it, right? I mean, there's different types of gambling. Not necessarily do you come back with nothing if you hedge your bets, but still, like, you win or you lose a bet. Stocks aren't like that. You're buying a part of a company and you can sell that part of the company whenever you want, and it'll be worth approximately the same value.
コブナント軍の大部分がシップの真下に集結しているわ。あなたは招かれざる客ってところね。その橋が市内に行く一番の近道よ。
But the way some people treat day trading, they do treat it like gambling, and they buy these penny stocks that will go to zero. But if you're buying like an actual real company that produces a real product, you're not like risking all of your money. The correct way to play the stock market is to not do anything at all. It's to put your money in companies that you think are going to be useful and then wait. And that's it. So all you do is you wait. So I mean, obviously, in my opinion, stuff that's going to be useful in the future is computers. That we're going to always have computers. So companies, anything that does anything in the tech is Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, and anything in the tech world producing NVIDIA, like those graphics cards companies, the RAM companies. I feel like all of those companies are going to continue to be useful for the next 50 years. So if I had a bunch of money, I would put all of my money in stocks of those types of companies, and then I would wait, and I would do nothing else.
早く行った方が楽だぞ。やめえかよ。兄貴いたかったね。やれ。こいつはびっくりだ。
But tech isn't the only thing that's going to be useful in the future either. There's obviously other things, and that's what people like are betting on whenever they invest in other companies. Unfortunately true, Jared. I have qualms with that on a personal level, but Raytheon, Lockheed,
まだ言うのか。
派手な歓迎パーティーだこと。障害は排除した。
訓練してたやつもいたんだな。
ビルで味方が大勢足止めを食ってるわ。レイスを狙ってあれが堅強よ。
I can't hit him. It's slippery. Look at him.
What? まさかスパルタンが援護に来てくれるとは思いもしませんでした。問題発生。なんてことだ。何だってんだ。お前、文句言う許可を与えたか？このまま突っ込んでくるな。伏せろ。よし、いよいよスカラベを仕留めるぞ。
This might be my fastest deathless run so far. It's like almost as fast as a normal speed run. Yeah, I should be able to get it soon. Did you see yesterday's run that made it to Uprising? I had a good run. I kind of choked at the end, but I was clutching for a while. I was bound to fall apart somewhere. It was a hard stretch. Yeah, I had an insane grave mind. You should probably rewatch it if you want. It's a pretty good highlight. It ended up being an 18-minute grave mine, but it was pretty wacky. It was, I mean, knowing the result that it fails a run kind of takes away a bit of the nail biting of it, but it was pretty good. Yo, that was almost scary. Who's still shooting? Don't stick me. Please don't. No. Not like this, dude. How did that grunt live those grenades? He just strolls on past him like he doesn't care and just breaks my camo. Frick. Hate that section. That's become my least favorite spot of the run. I keep losing runs in that area. Dude, maybe I'm gonna start slowing down even more on Arbiter. Maybe I'm just gonna literally clear everything.
よし、もう一度上のライトを見るんだ。以上だ。次
Tired
は
of
下の
losing
ライト。
runs.
OK。よし、チェック完了。スタンバイ。抑制剤オフにするぞ。ちょっと動き回ってみてくれ。OK ならシールドステーションに来てくれ。 1回しかやらないからしっかり集中してくれよ。このステーションではシールドのリチャージングをテストする。今度のスーツはシールドのリカバリがすごいんだ。効率いいぞ。よし、ほらな、リチャージ速度がぐんと上がっただろ。
I don't know, maybe I'll go back to my other camo time then.
シールドがダウンしたらどっかに身を隠してメーターがフルになるまで待つんだぞ。
その時は俺の後ろに隠れるんだな。で、奴はどんな調子だ？おむつは取れたのか？
バトルスーツは問題ない。もう行っていいぞ。焦らずにやりな。
心配するだって。なんなら俺が手を繋いでてやるさ。
I used to use a different camo timing there. Maybe the other one's
地獄から
better.
生還できたか、そろそろ聞かせてくれよ。
悪いな、機密事項だ。
ああ、それじゃ A2 のスコープ調整の件はなしだ。おニューの M7 だって。
これはまた随分だな。もしかしてセレモニーに招待されなかったのか？地球か。久しぶりだな。俺が新兵だった頃は機動防衛グリッドなんざ机上の空論だったのによ。いつの間にやらこの回路みたいなステーションがざっと300以上だもんな。あのマックガンならコブダンとの視力感だってイチコロだ。あいつをアテネとマルタからも一緒にぶっ放せば怖いもんなしだな。今朝はやけに賑やかだ。なんだか知らんがかなり派手なことになりそうだぞ。
緊急警告、敵が侵入した。総員、戦闘配置につけ。これは訓練ではない。繰り返す。これは訓練ではない。
Just magic windshield wiper. It's magic.
チーフ、あいつら全部やれますか？できたらすごいな。
解放せよ。逃げろ。グレネードだ。
敵がアテネを離れていきます。
ポルトナ、どうなってる？
爆発はアテネ内部で起きています。マルタもそう。コブナントが何かを持ち込んだようです。爆弾を。
ではここも危ないぞ。チーフ、探し出してくれ。
No, I'm dead. Straight down.
こいつはガンか？それとあー
That not sticky.
乗船するところで出くわしちゃったのよ。
It did.
ご心配なくちょいとお待ちを。
Yeah, this game's hard.
敵ファイアコントロールセンターに侵入。爆弾処理します。爆弾を駆使する状況をネガティブセンターに銃砲戦13アサルト戦攻撃を開始します。
敵が撤退しています。我々の勝利です。
オルトナ、先頭のアサルト戦に集中砲火だ。元帥は2番目を食い止めろ。前線で攻撃、後に続け。
先頭のアサルト戦はここを完全に無視した。司令官、奴らはまっすぐ地球へ向かっています。言っとくけど爆弾の周りには大勢エリートがいるわ。何か手を考えなくちゃ。 ミッションは待ってくれないわよ。
シャキッとしろ。墜落現場を離れろ。早く行け。
Are you here to advertise your Android phone to us? Feels like an ad. I don't know. I don't need a better phone. My phone's like 10 years old and it does way more than I need. It's already too advanced for whatever I need it to do. Phones do so much now, it's crazy. I don't understand why people chase the newest trends in phones. I can't imagine anybody's using all of those features. It's just like millions of bells and whistles without much purpose.
軍曹、あのシップに乗ってちょうだい。高過程で機甲部隊と援軍を市内に送らせるわ。敵の対空砲火に備えて護衛してほしいの。
Like, I feel like if you're a professional enough that you need something like a camera or something for your career, then you should probably buy something for your career. Phones do like everything, but like, do I need? I think it's awesome, like the access to the internet and everything. I don't need to upgrade my phone all the time because I haven't seen a new feature that like entices me. I guess one of the things I'm thinking of is like fingerprint readers, face scanners. Like, yeah, those are cool and interesting, but like, I don't care to like Face ID to open my phone or fingerprint scan to open my phone. I actually don't want to do that. The opposite of I don't care is I don't want to. I don't. That's not something I want. There's a bunch of things like that that they keep adding. I have an S10. I don't even have a case on it. It's just a pristine, no cracks, no scratches S10. I've never dropped it like on a serious drop or anything. I don't know how people end up with their phones cracked all the time. But also I don't use my phone that much, so I just keep it in my pocket. I don't know. Children. Yeah, I can see how having kids could break anything. But if you are an adult, and most people who break their phones, it is not their kids' fault. And I could agree some, but most adults that are breaking their phones are breaking their phones. I guess, and some people don't have pockets big enough, like, so if you have to carry your phone in your hand, I can see how you could, like, leave it somewhere, knock it off the table, but, like, if I'm out at a dinner or something, I'm not gonna leave my phone on the table, I'm gonna leave my phone in my pocket. And if I do leave it on the table, I'm probably not leaving it right on the corner, like where it could be easily knocked off. I'm not reaching for it often. It's not something that I'm gonna be using during, like, a table setting. If I'm sitting at a table with somebody else, I'm not constantly using my phone, so if I am using my phone, it's being held with intention, so how am I gonna drop it? I remember in middle school one of my friends broke his phone on purpose because he wanted a new one, and I thought that was like the brattiest little thing. I was like, dude, that's messed up. Even as like we were both middle schoolers, and I thought like you can't do that. You can't break your phone just to get a new one. That's cheating. I guess, yeah, one of the things that I don't use phones much for, but I could see why people would, is mobile gaming. Like, if you're constantly on the bus or the train or the airplane or just sitting and waiting, mobile gaming could be very useful for, and I could see how you could, like, end up damaging your phone over a long period of time. And it's also something, I don't know, I'm not into any of those, like, are there any good phone games? I feel like most of the phone games are just, like, time wasters, like, literal timers. Like, you have to wait for 40 seconds to do the next thing, wait for 5 hours to do the next thing. Like, I don't... Actually, I have an idea for a phone game that I feel like actually... I think it needs one of those Apple Watches, too, but... I had an idea. Maybe I should make a mobile game. Maybe I should keep my idea to myself. I know some crappy mobile games that can make money. I had an idea for one that I feel like could. I'm gonna vibe code a mobile game one day, I think. Dude, mobile games make bank. It's insane how much money mobile games make. They make more than like all the AAA games combined, like Grand Theft Auto and Halo, and like mobile games are just more. Pretty sure Candy Crush just blows Grand Theft Auto out of the water. Get in there. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna go to the right, I think. Bring it around town. $47.
況よ。
ペレス5長です。司令部はこちらです。我々が到着した時、注意が打たれて。
今は誰が指揮してるの？
バンクス軍曹です。あちらです。ご案内します。
This guy hasn't maxed sailing yet. Everybody laughed at him.
まさかスパルタンが援護に来てくれるとは
I
思い
haven't
もし
maxed
ません
sailing
でし
yet
た。
either because I've never really played RuneScape. I did play it a little bit when everyone was trying to tell me to play it back in like middle school or high school, but I never got into it. I remember making it out of the starting area. I remember this really long fence that you could pay money to cross. And I remember like grinding some mining and killing some goblins, and then I never played it again. But I made it like 5 hours in or something. I played it for like a day or two. I think I spent like 2 days on it after school and decided it wasn't for me.
よし、いよいよスカラベを仕留めるぞ。
Some of my friends were really into it though, so I wanted to give it a try. I did get into a different MMO that was probably worse than RuneScape. It was a free-to-play Chinese-made MMO called Conquer 2.0, and it was free-to-play but pay-to-win, and it had a whole market system that was pretty unique where you could set up stalls and like list your items for whatever price you wanted, and people could, so you could AFK and go to sleep and leave your character in the market and people could buy from you. And so that was pretty cool. And so they were like, the better stalls were closer to the main entrance, like so that you didn't have to walk as far. And then the worst stalls were further away. And so if you wanted to wait for a good stall, sometimes you could wait for somebody to get up and leave. But there were like dozens and dozens of them, so you could pretty much always find a stall. And that whole market system was pretty cool. The PvP system was kind of garbage, but it was better than RuneScape probably. It was more advanced. I don't know. It was very much pay to win though, because you could just buy better gear, or there was an item that was called a Dragon Ball that would level up your gear. You could just buy those, and it made you rich. If anyone had Dragon Balls, they were rich. I could never afford them, so I was playing like free-to-play baby character, but I ended up like grinding and getting a pretty strong character in that game, going free-to-play. It was kind of fun. I'm glad I did free-to-play. I think paying to win and skipping the levels would have ruined a lot of the fun. It was a fun grind to just like level up a character. It had a reborn system as well, like you could get to level 130, and once you reached 130, you could reborn and restart at level 1, and you would keep some of your skills and your gear would all like level back down with you, but it would keep its rarity. So you would keep some of your perks, but not all of them, and you could basically restart the game. And you could do that twice, so you could be a first reborn or a second reborn, and each time made you like slightly stronger. So that was a kind of cool like system. It had classes. I was a Trojan, which was like the combat class. There was archers, and there was warriors, which was also... Wow, I got cross-mapped. That's crazy. He death shot cross-mapped me. Very fun. But there was a magic character, an archer, a couple different magic classes, and an assassin type. It was actually kind of fun. For a crappy game. It wasn't our server when I played this game originally. It was mostly people who spoke English, but over time it got taken over, and it was in a I think it was an NA server. It was a North American server, but eventually an Egyptian population grew larger than the North American population. So then it had like a server shift, and I think it moved somewhere like into like Eastern Europe or the Middle East, and so it became like an entirely Egyptian server. And so they started kicking out basically all of the English speakers. They would attack you if you spoke English and they all chat.
OK、最初は照準からだ。上のライトを見てくれ。よし、下のライトを見てくれ。よし、もう一度上のライトを見るんだ。以上だ。次は下のライト。OK。よし、チェック完了。スタンバイ。抑制剤オフにするぞ。ちょっと動き回ってみてくれ。OK ならシールドステーションに来てくれ。
Yeah, we had full-on race wars in our MMORPG.
このステーションではシールドのリチャージングをテストする。今度のスーツはシールドのリカバリがすごいんだ。効率いいぞ。
What a time.
ほらな、リチャージ速度がぐんと上がっただろ。
I wonder if I could still log into my character. I don't think I could. I don't even know. I wonder if the game's still alive. Conquer 2.0. It's probably not 2.0 anymore, is it? Conquer Online. CO.99 is the website. Looks like it's still up. I don't know how recent it's been updated. 23-year anniversary. I wonder if I could sign into my account. I don't think I remember it. I think I remember I had a problem where my password had a space in it, and then they changed their like database design to not allow spaces, and I could never change my password.
俺が新兵だった頃は機動防衛グリッドなんざ机上の空論だったのによ。いつの間にやらこの回路みたいなステーションがざっと300以上だもんだ。あのマックガンならコブダンとの視力感だってイチコロだ。あいつをアテネとマルタからも一緒にぶっ放せば怖いもんなしだな。今朝はやけに賑やかだ。なんだか知らんがかなり派手なことになりそうだぞ。
緊急警告、敵が侵入した。戦闘を配布につけ。これは訓練ではない。繰り返す。これは訓練ではない。
Over. LeBron James. No, that's not who I meant to shoot. I don't know, I might need to take a break. I should probably eat some food and take a break after this. I'll come back later tonight again like I did yesterday. This might be my last one though. I'm getting a little grumpy. It's a little hot in my room too. But yesterday the second stream was really good, so don't forget to follow and subscribe if you guys would like to be there. I'll be back in probably like 4 hours. I mean, this run might be the run, so who knows, but if this one dies, I will be back tonight. I got real close yesterday.
よし、下のライトを見てくれ。よし、もう一度上のライトを見るんだ。以上だ。次は下のライト。OK。よし、チェック完了。スタンバイ。抑制剤オフにするぞ。ちょっと動き回ってみてくれ。OK ならシールドステーションに来てくれ。1回しかやらないからしっかり集中してくれよ。このステーションではシールドのリチャージングをテストする。今度のスーツはシールドのリカバリーがすごいんだ。効率いいぞ。よし、ほらな、リチャージ速度がぐんと上がっただろ。シールドがダウンしたらどっかに身を隠してメーターがフルになるまで待つんだぞ。
その時は俺の後ろに隠れるんだな。で、奴はどんな調子だ？おむつは取れたのか？
バトルスーツは問題ない、ジョンソン。おとなしく待ってろ。もう行っていいぞ。焦らずにやりな。
心配するだって。なんなら俺が手を繋いでてやるさ。
さーて、ジョンソン。どうやって地獄から生還できたか、そろそろ聞かせてくれよ。
悪いな。機密事項だ。
Why am I so hot?
それじゃ A2 のスコープ調整の件はなしだ。お乳の M。
これはまた随分だな。もしかしてセレモニーに招待されなかったのか？地球か。久しぶりだな。俺が新兵だった頃は機動防衛グリッドなんざ机上の空論だったのによ。いつの間にやらこの回路みたいなステーションがざっと300以上だもんな。あのマックガンならコブダントの視力感だってイチコロだ。あいつをアテネとマルタからも一緒にぶっ放せば怖いもんなしだな。今朝はやけに賑やかだ。なんだか知らんがかなり派手なことになりそうだぞ。
緊急警告、敵が侵入した。
敵が移動してるわ。
総員、戦闘配置につけ。これは訓練ではない。繰り返す。これは訓練ではない。発
No. Trying to throw max distance. Not a little too high. Let me in this door. Alright, I'm gonna take a break. I quit. Pissing me off. I'm hot. I'm sweaty. Game's making me grumpy. I'll be back tonight. I'm gonna get some food. I'm gonna take a short break. Thanks everybody for watching.